Hi there, everyone. This is Corey, and I am working on another one of my um, cool, I don't know, I think they're cool goddesses. They're not really goddesses, actually. They're mythical archetypes. And this is Medusa. She's one of my faves, and got inspired. I got inspired to make her. Um, Partly because I was listening to a tarot reading, and the reader was bringing up Medusa, and I talking about how she was actually like a victim, and she was victimized by Poseidon, and then Athena is the one who turned her into the Gorgon because was a she was a priestess in the temple of Athena, and because she had been sullied because they had to be virgins, and they had to be pure. And so Poseidon took advantage of her, and that was that because she was incredibly beautiful before she turned into Medusa. And so I I kind of vibed into the myth, and I felt like, I just had this sense that maybe and maybe I'm giving Athena too much credit, but I mean, I think Athena probably deserves a lot of credit because she's a goddess of wisdom. And she sprung out of Zeus's head, mind. But I think that she possibly was trying to protect Medusa when she turned her into, gave her the snaky hair, etc. What is going on with this pen? It was working fine. But in any case, I was very struck by the story, and kept thinking about the image of the snakes and the snake hair, and how um, if a man, looked at her, that he would turn to stone. And it seems like an awful thing, but you know, if you look at it in terms of protection, I suppose you can kind of put a different kind of spin on it. Um, and then there was the image of the mirror that really struck me because Perseus, right? He finally defeats her, Medusa, by using a mirror, right? And so she sees her own reflection and turns to stone when he holds up the mirror to her. Um, but I felt like I gave her the mirror because I felt like there was something in the story that made me think about projections and how we can project onto one another things that we don't want to own within ourselves. And when others do that, to us, it can feel very confusing. And if we if it happens a lot, then we get so used to it that we take on those projections, right? We take on those beliefs that other people are projecting onto us, right? And actually, they're things that they think about themselves, they feel about themselves. And um, but because they can't or won't own their own shadow, they like to project it onto others. And And so the danger can be right when we believe those things when we about ourselves. And I think that so for me, this image of Medusa with her snake hair holding the mirror and Athena's owl just felt like a reclaiming um, of her mind. And snakes for me are very much a symbol of transformation and the and also wisdom and that a kind of wisdom magic and also energy magic because they are incredibly subtle beings and vibe with energy in the energetic realms and the subtle realms. And I think that so there was this notion of shedding that which no longer serves, shedding old beliefs, old um, projections that others have perhaps, you know, kind of done mirror magic on us, right? And projected onto us that we've taken on. And the snakes represent not only the wisdom to see through that illusion, but also then in the shedding of the skins, releasing and transforming those false beliefs about oneself. Um, and there's like immense power in that. Immense power, immense power. Um, but seriously, like, and on an energetic level, it's like, when you feel those things, it's like seeing, right? Like seeing with the mind, when you understand and see it clearly, like, oh, wow, this isn't even mind. Like, this isn't even my shit. It's like this, whoa, like instantaneous um levity, right? Like this lightness of being that you have, this clarity, this moment of clarity, um which is really beautiful and powerful. And then you have all this like space, right? It makes all this space where you can start to actually explore and discover and remember what and who you actually are, um, which is probably something much lovelier than all that crap that um, sad and frustrated, angry people sometimes might like to um, foist upon you. Is that the right word? Foist? It sounds good. But I am like seriously having issues with the silver ink. It doesn't want to, I'm gonna try a different pen, a different nib. This doesn't look very good. This doesn't look in very good shape. I thought I was doing a good job taking care of these. Oh my goodness. Boy, that one's really gone. Forget that. Let's try. Let's try this. Is this one? Let's try this one. Maybe this ink is designed to be used with. Hmm, it's just working. So frustrating. Because I like the way the silver is looking. It's very subtle. It's very, very subtle. See it or not? It's very subtle. Maybe I should try a brush. Man, these are really, how did these get so rusty so fast? It's weird. Okay. My pen nibs are all they're all messed up. Darn it. Okay, well, let's see. Right, pretty tiny brush. Let's try this. See? It's small enough, I think. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to put a little bit of silver. See, this is so strong. See, now I'm talking. Now I'm talking some art talk here. The mirror is very strong. The silver, right? It's so in order to unify unify my picture, I just want to put some little hints of silver over maybe onto this side, kind of near where the snakes are, in the snake area. Kike, come here, baby. It's my cat. He's been doing that. Kike, come over here. I'm just putting some accents. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. It's extremely subtle. I don't want it to be very noticeable. Just want it to be just little bits. You can see that. See, I mean, you can't, it's hard to see it in the camera. It's hard to see it at all, really. But I'll know it's there. Kike, come here, baby. Come here, baby. What's going on? Okay. I think that's pretty good. So I just wanted to finish this one because I've been sort of, I don't know. I want to frame it because it's pretty much done except for just that. And I wanted to make that happen. What's up? What's up, dude? Hmm? What's up? All right, I don't want to overdo it. Okay. Finito. Finito. There she is. So, um, just to give you, let me tell you what the materials are. And I am going to start making one from scratch. FYI, that's going to be the next video. So this is from a magazine. This is a photo of from a National Geographic And it was a lake with these trees, and it had like some really beautiful white birds, water birds. And then I cut that, made it her gown. And then the butterflies from my cool sticker books that I have. I got the snakes also from those sticker books. Her face I just drew using an ink pen, and then I used a little bit of watercolor on her face. And then this was again the sticker book. There's a lot. I used a lot of stickers on this one. But it's all about how you combine things, right? To create something new, right? Because the stickers are just these individual images, pieces that I have. And as you can see, I collect. So when I'm working on a piece, I start going through my sticker books and I just think I I don't even really like, I guess you could call it thinking, but mostly I'm looking and I'm looking for images that have symbols or speak to that add meaning, that resonate, like in terms of the what I'm kind of the vision or the meaning that I'm going for. But then I'm also and I'm open. I'm open to, seeing new things, seeing new meaning that, is discovered. So, and I'm also looking for colors that are going to be um to unify the whole composition, right? So like this one is obviously blues and green. Medusa, she's blues and greens and browns, and then the silver. Um, and that was just kind of um, and that all really came from her gown and the colors of the snakes. And then I also found these shells, which I thought were like freaking perfect because they had little green hints of green and blue in them. Um, and then the butterfly, was also in the color scheme that I had already kind of generated and was coming out. So it just kind of evolves and it just becomes, it really just kind of becomes some on its own. Like you don't have to force it really, but um but you just, you're kind of like listening and looking and paying attention. So as I'm looking for symbols and images that I feel like work and that seem like that they belong to her. And I just kind of keep trying different things, right? Like, so it's getting all blurry. So, I'll try like, oh, what about this? And it's like, well, it's like kind of cool. The colors go, I like the colors, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem quite right. So it's like, kind of just keep looking until I find the ones where I say, oh yeah, that's it, that's it. Um, so yeah, that's a little bit more about my process, and that is Medusa, the empowered Medusa, reclaiming her identity, reclaiming her soul. I dig it. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off.